Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon, and hey, today, guess what for you? I have the 50mm 1.2 Gmaster. Now, if you guys follow me, you would have saw that I just used the 50mm 1.2 in a previous shoot with the Sony A1, and it was incredible. I mean, the way this lens renders the background, the bokeh, everything from this lens, it looks amazing. I mean, what else would you expect in a G Master lens? But you know, before I have this 50, I have this 50. Now, I've used a lot of 50mm lenses. Okay, I've used Tamron, I've used Sigma, which is what this is. I've even used the 55mm 1.8 Zeiss. That's the one I actually had before I actually switched to the Sigma. Now, the 55mm 1.8 Zeiss was an amazing lens. I loved it. I think it's one of Sony's sharpest lenses. However, I sold it and I got the 50mm 1.4 because I felt that this lens, after using both of them for a very long time, the Sigma 50mm 1.4 Sigma Art lens, I felt it was definitely sharper than the 55 1.8. I did several tests with them, and the same conclusion I came up with is that the 50 1.4 from Sigma, it just kept winning. So I went ahead and sold my 55 1.8 Zeiss, and I got the 55, correction, I have the 50mm 1.4 Sigma Art. So now we have a new contender in the 50mm 1.2 G Master. So I did not want to do this comparison with a model. The reason for that is because when you do a comparison with lenses and you want to try to showcase one lens versus another lens, that means the first thing is you have to do a fair comparison, you need the same body. All right, I don't have a camera where I have the same body. I have the A1, I have the R4, I have the the A7 III. But in order to do a fair comparison, they need to be shot at the same focal length, same everything, same compression, same settings. Everything needs to be the same in order for you to have a decent, same composition. Try to get the same composition out of each one in order to get a fair comparison. So trying to do this with a model, they would have to stand there, they have to hold the pose, then I have to put one lens on, screw it on, put the other lens on, and try to it's too much. So I wanted to try to do this comparison for you guys so you guys can kind of see the difference between the 50-1.4 Sigma Art and the 1.2 G Master. So what we're going to do is, of course, we're going to stop the 1.2 down to 1.4. Will that make the G Master sharper? I don't know. We have to see. So for this comparison today, we're going to actually put this A1 down, and we're going to use the A7 R4, and we're going to set these things up, and I'm going to try to get a few different shots of different things with the same composition, and I want you guys to tell me which one you think is which. All right, I'm not going to show you the results until the end of the video and tell you which one was which. So get your pen and paper. Let's see if you guys can guess which one is this. Which one is which. All right. End of the video, we'll go over the numbers and see if you got it. See if you guys can actually tell the difference. Let's go outside. We're gonna try to find some spots down here at the pagoda, and we're gonna do this 50mm comparison. See if I can knock these things out real quick because it is cold out here. The things that we do for YouTube, my God, this definitely takes more preparation than what it looks like. I think everything is good here, so we're gonna try to shoot these at 1/400th of a second, f1.4, ISO 200. All right. beautiful shot. Take a nice little shot of this. Right. So we're gonna get a nice shot of this. Oh, that's dope. Look at this. Got another shot right there. That's nice. Nice. Look at this area, it's so beautiful. Nice. Oh, this is a beautiful shot. Look at this. I think we're done. So I think we did a pretty good job overall. We're gonna put the pictures back into the computer. We're gonna put them side by side, and yeah, we're gonna see how these things look. All right. Over here in that Lightroom, and I'm going to go through and show you guys a few comparisons that I saw when I was doing this. Now, this really shocked me and really opened my eyes to a few things when I was actually able to go over these pictures. So let's take a look at a few pictures from the photo shoot, or from the comparisons that we were doing in the video. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to start off with this little light. Now I'm going to put these two pictures side by side with each other, just so you guys can see a quick comparison in the two, and this way I can talk to you guys and show you what I'm talking about. So up in the top left hand corner, you can see which one is which. All right, we got the 50mm 1.4 Sigma Art over here versus the Sony 50mm 1.2. Now, one of the biggest things that I saw comparison between the Sigma and the Sony is that the Sony gives a orange type of tint to its pictures. The lens itself has this orange, not a magenta color, but definitely like an orange tone to the pictures. And as you can see right here, see the light? I'm gonna zoom back out so you can actually see the picture, overall picture, that how it gives a more warmish tone to the picture versus the Sigma Art that just gives you a nice natural look. And I was able to see this in so many pictures. And again, that's if you were choosing your pictures, this is actually how you could tell which one was the Sigma and which one was the Sony. If you was actually looking directly at the pictures and you could tell one was a little bit warmer than the other one, it was the Sony. And again, you can tell which one is the Sony because it gives that Sony warm tint to it. So I'll tell you what, let's look at a couple more pictures. So remember the picture of the tree here? So let's do a side-by-side comparison of these two, and I'm going to show you. So as soon as you open it up, what do you notice? You notice that the picture on the left hand side is a little bit orange or a little bit warmer than the picture on the right hand side. Again, you can tell which one is which. Right up here at the top, you can tell they were both shot at the same f-stop 1.4 1/200th of a second ISO 200. And you can tell, look at the picture and look at the leaves. If we zoom in, you're going to see that this one on the left hand side is definitely a little bit orange, a little bit warmer than the right hand Sigma Art is. This is the kind of shots that you kind of get with the Sony camera, the Sony lens, the 51.2 definitely gives you a little bit orange, shade with this pictures. And I did not notice this until I actually was able to, really look into the pictures when I actually saw them. Let's do a few more. Do you remember this picture right here? This was the little plant base that we got. So let's do a side by side with these two and see if you can tell which one is which. So as soon as you open it up, you can definitely tell the one on the left hand side a little more pinkish, gives a little more orangish warm tone to it. Look at the overall picture. The leaves have like a little bit reddish, a little bit more orange, a little bit more color to it versus the natural sharpness of the Sigma art lens. If you zoom in a little bit, you can definitely tell that this one a little bit lighter, definitely a little bit more warmer in the pictures. And I was, like I said, I was really blown by, really surprised by this. This one really got me. Remember the statue that we did in the other picture? This one, if we do a side-by-side comparison, again, soon as you open the picture up, you see that the one on the right-hand side gives a little bit pinkish orangish tone to it. The overall picture, look at the rocks, look at the background versus the natural look, the natural sharpness of the Sigma art on the left-hand side. If you zoom in a little bit, you can definitely tell. Look at the shoulder of the little statue. Has that little orangish tone, orange little pinkish tone in it versus this one on the other side. This is what you get with this. And for this to be a $2,000 lens versus the Sigma art that's only $849, you're getting some incredible quality and clarity with the Sigma art lens that's going to cost you $849. I mean, it is on par with some of the best lenses, and this is one of the reasons why I really admire Sigma, what they're doing, because they're making quality glass that can rival some of the best glass on the market. And this is just a few examples. Remember the Little Mermaid fish? Let's take a quick, real close look at that real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and compare these two and open them up. And immediately, as soon as you look at it, like I said, you zoom in, a little bit more oranges versus the other one. You can automatically tell. It's absolutely amazing. Now, for another one, what we want to do is we'll take a look at a little bit of the sharpness. All right, so let's take a little bit of the sharpness in this next picture. Go ahead and open both of these up. All right. So on the left-hand side, we have the Sony 51.2, both shot at 1.4, 320, 120, 57. And if we look, and we'll go ahead and zoom in, let's check out the sharpness. Now, I do believe a little bit in this picture that the Sony is edging the Sigma just a little bit in sharpness. I mean, it's not by a lot, but I am seeing a little bit sharper image with the Sony than the Sigma. Now, I could be wrong, I'm just looking. But I mean, in some parts, the Sigma definitely looks a little bit sharper. But again, you got to remember we're shooting at 1.4, so the Sony is stopped down, a third of a stop also over the Sigma. So the Sigma shooting wide open, the Sony is being stopped down 1.2. But as you go further away, and I get, this could be determined because of camera shake or focusing, but you go down here, closer down here, the Sigma just overall is just a sharper image. But there are some areas more like near the center of the picture where the Sony is sharper than the Sigma. So it's incredible what you're getting with this Sigma lens, for it to be the price. Let's go ahead and take a look at another picture here. Alright, so again, on the left hand side we have the Sony, and on the right hand side we have the Sigma. Now overall, take a look at the picture. Warmer tone to this one versus the natural look of the Sigma 1.4. Go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Again, the Sigma is just looking just a tad sharper, and again, it really depends on the focus and where the focus is on the picture. But overall, like, the Sigma is just amazing. It's just killing the Sony right now, man. I was just so blown away by the color. And again, you're going to see this orange tint, to the Sony versus the Sigma lens over here. All right, amazing. And we're gonna take a look at one more picture here. Let's see here. Let's go with this last picture. I think this was a really good comparison when I actually saw this one. So remember the light that we had at the end of the picture. Now here's another way that you could tell which one was the Sigma lens and which one was the Sony lens. If you zoom into the picture, you can tell that, check out the light. As you can see that the light on each side, this one on the left hand side, which is Sigma 1.4, is a little bit more whiter. This one has just a tad yellowish tint to it because the overall picture is warmer than the picture on the left hand side. And that's how you can tell which one is the Sigma and which one is the Sony. Amazing, 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 amazing. So big shout out to Sigma for, the 51.4. This is why I use this 51.4, and it's again why I did not get the 51.2, because the Sigma is just doing some incredible things, and it is able to be on par or better than the most expensive lenses on the planet. So definitely big shout out. It was a great comparison. So I hope this really helped you. If you're trying to determine which lens to get, if you're on the fence about it, definitely look into both ways. If you want to save yourself $1,200, because you're going to get the same and or better quality in a lens with the Sigma 1.4 than you will with the Sony 1.2. Don't just get it because it's a 1.2. Alright, so again, I actually really like the 51.2. I think it was an amazing lens, but for $2,000 you can get something that has just the same amazing quality and $849 and save yourself $1,200. Alright, until next time, guys, comment, like, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell for notification. Your boy Brandon is gonna be back. Until then,